How a bullied boy became the world's richest man. Imagine being a young boy who didn't fit in. A boy who spent his days reading books while other kids played sports. A boy who was mocked, ignored, and sometimes beaten. Most people would never expect that child to become one of the most powerful and influential men in history. Yet that boy was Elon Musk, and this is his incredible story. Elon Musk was born on June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. From a very young age, he was different. While other children spent their free time outside, Elon preferred books. He loved science fiction, he loved technology, and he loved imagining the future. His parents often found him sitting quietly with a book in his hands. Sometimes he would read for 10 hours a day. By the age of 9, he had already read most of the books in his local library. But being different came with a price. School was not easy for Elon. He was shy, he was quiet, and he wasn't interested in the things most children cared about. That made him an easy target. Classmates often bullied him. They called him names. They pushed him around. They laughed at him. The bullying became so severe that one day a group of boys attacked him. They threw him down a staircase. Then they kicked and beat him until he lost consciousness. He was taken to a hospital. The injuries stayed with him for years. For many children, experiences like that would destroy their confidence. But Elon reacted differently. Instead of giving up, he escaped into books. Books became his teachers. Books became his friends. And books showed him a world much larger than the one around him. As a teenager, Elon discovered computers. The moment he touched one, everything changed. He became fascinated. He spent hours teaching himself how to program. There were no online courses, no YouTube tutorials, no artificial intelligence assistants, just a young boy and a computer. At the age of 12, Elon created a simple video game called Blastar. Then he sold it to a computer magazine. The payment was about $500. It wasn't a fortune, but it was proof. Proof that ideas could become money. Proof that technology could change lives. And proof that he could create something valuable. As he grew older, Elon became convinced of one thing. The future would be built in North America. So he made a bold decision. He left South Africa. He moved to Canada. He was still young. He had little money. And he had no guarantees of success. Life was difficult. He worked odd jobs. He cleaned buildings. He carried heavy materials. He did whatever he could to survive. But he never lost sight of his dream. Eventually, he enrolled in college. Then he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania in the United States. There, he studied physics and economics. Most students were thinking about graduation. Elon was thinking about changing the world. In the mid-1990s, the internet was still new. Most people had no idea how important it would become. But Elon saw the future. He and his brother started a company called Zip2. The company helped businesses appear online. Today that sounds normal. Back then it sounded crazy. Money was tight, very tight. Elon couldn't afford an apartment, so he slept in the office. He showered at a public gym. He worked day and night, 7 days a week, sometimes nearly every waking hour. Years of sacrifice finally paid off. In 1999, Zip2 was sold. Elon received millions of dollars. For many people, that would have been enough. They would buy a mansion. They would retire. They would enjoy life. Not Elon Musk. Instead, he risked almost everything. Again, he started another company. That company would eventually become PayPal. At the time, online payments were a strange idea. Many people didn't trust the internet. Many investors thought the business would fail. But Elon believed the world was changing. And once again, he was right. PayPal grew rapidly. In 2002, it was acquired for billions of dollars. Elon became incredibly wealthy. Now he could have retired forever. But he wasn't interested in comfort. He was interested in the future. He began asking enormous questions. How can humanity become a multiplanetary species? How can transportation become sustainable? How can technology improve life? Most people ask these questions. Elon decided to spend his fortune trying to answer them. First came SpaceX. The goal was simple: reduce the cost of space travel, eventually send humans to Mars. Experts laughed. Many believed it was impossible. After all, Elon wasn't a rocket scientist. He was an internet entrepreneur. What did he know about rockets? The answer was simple. He learned. He studied. He hired talented engineers, and he kept pushing forward. Then came Tesla. At the time, electric cars were considered slow, ugly, and impractical. The automotive industry wasn't interested. Most consumers weren't interested. But Elon believed electric vehicles were the future. Again, people laughed. Again, experts doubted him. And again, he kept going. Then disaster struck. The year was 2008. It was the worst period of Elon's life. Tesla was running out of money. SpaceX was running out of money. The global financial crisis was destroying businesses around the world. 3 SpaceX rocket launches had already failed. Each failure cost millions. Each failure brought the company closer to collapse. Tesla was also struggling. Some people predicted the company would disappear. Others called Elon a fraud. His personal life was falling apart. His businesses were collapsing, and his fortune was almost gone. At one point, he had to borrow money from friends. The billionaire who once seemed unstoppable was on the edge of bankruptcy. Then came a moment that changed everything. SpaceX prepared for a 4th launch. If it failed, the company would likely die. Years of work would disappear. Millions of dollars would vanish. Dreams of reaching Mars would be over. The countdown began. The rocket lifted off. And this time, it worked. For the first time, SpaceX successfully reached orbit. The entire company erupted with excitement. Employees cried. Engineers celebrated. Years of sacrifice had finally paid off. Soon after, NASA awarded SpaceX a major contract. The company survived. Tesla also secured critical funding. It survived too. The businesses that many thought were doomed suddenly had a future. From that point forward, the momentum grew. Tesla transformed the auto industry. Electric vehicles became mainstream. Today, nearly every major automaker is investing in electric technology. SpaceX revolutionized space travel. Reusable rockets dramatically reduced costs. The company launched astronauts into orbit. It built the Starlink satellite network, and it continued moving toward the dream of reaching Mars. As the years passed, Elon Musk became one of the richest people on Earth. His wealth reached levels few humans had ever imagined. But perhaps the most remarkable part of his story isn't the money. It's the journey. Think about it. The shy boy who was bullied at school became the leader of companies changing entire industries. The child who escaped into books helped shape the future of transportation. The teenager who taught himself programming helped transform online payments. And the young dreamer who loved science fiction brought humanity closer to becoming a spacefaring civilization. His story teaches us something important. Success doesn't begin with confidence. It begins with persistence. The world often celebrates winners, but winners are usually people who survived years of failure, years of rejection, years of doubt. Elon Musk was laughed at, bullied, criticized, and underestimated again and again, yet he refused to quit. He kept learning, he kept building, and he kept moving forward. No one can predict the future, but one thing is certain. If Elon Musk had listened to the people who told him he couldn't succeed, the world would look very different today. The next time life becomes difficult, remember the young boy sitting alone with a book in South Africa. The boy nobody believed in. The boy who was pushed down a staircase. The boy who dreamed of the future. Because sometimes the people who seem different are the very people who change the world. And sometimes a bullied boy can become the richest man on Earth. The world remembers Elon Musk as a billionaire, but his story began as a lonely boy who refused to quit. If stories of determination and success inspire you, subscribe now. and join us as we explore the extraordinary lives of the people who changed our world.